Hi everyone, welcome to my completed pages video for the month. Just a quick thank you to everyone that supported me this month with comments, likes, subscribing, following me on my various social media channels, leaving me comments and things like that. It's very much appreciated. And for all of you that have visited my Ko-fi shop, which is fairly new at the beginning and end of last month, and I have got all these sorts of charts and things like that you can download for free in there. In the description is the link to that. There's lots of links in the description. There will be links to all the books that I'm going to show you, as well as links to my social media pages, including the Ko-fi shop. And it's very much appreciated if you subscribe to YouTube and like the video if you like it, and also go to the others and follow and follow me on those. And you know, you can keep up. Facebook is the best one. I share completed pictures on there, lots of them, and I try to do it on Instagram too. Those are the two I keep up to date the most. Right, let's get on with the video. So I did 97 pictures this month, and I think I would have easily done 100 had I not been making charts as well, but that's fine. I had fun making the charts. Let's move the book out of the way. We're going to start with Johanna Basford. Rooms of Wonder is, I'm trying to finish this before the her next book comes out, Small Victories. But, you know, I have actually been concentrating on a few other books this month, but I've done a few. I've done the inside cover. Now, this one I just had a bit of fun with, and I use Castle Arts glitter pens. It's always a bit hard to know how to do keys when there's so many like this. And I'm trying to use up my glitter pens just because I don't want them to dry out before I use them up. So I did that one with those. I've done a few other glitter pen pictures as well, not in here. Right, that card goes with that. This one here, it was done with Prismacolor mainly. There's a little bit of sparkly gold pen and some white pen on that as well. But that, as I say, mainly Prismacolor. But this one was done with this Colour Cube card. These are Sarah Renee Clark's Colour Cube cards. I've done a review of them. There is a review video. If you just look up Colour Cube card, you'll find it on my channel. And so I used the darker brown for the sort of gills and the lighter brown for part of the top of the mushroom, and then the yellowy one for the middle, grey for the stem and blue for the background. And I used, I think, I'm just going to check for you, Black Widow pencils for that one. So that was fun. So there's the whole thing. I'll take my hand away so you can see it. Now, someone did ask me a question about this picture because I posted it on Facebook. They asked me how did I sort of do it. I did all the background first, then I did all of that colour, then all of that one, then all of that one, then all of that one. Or maybe not in that order, but I did one colour at a time. So I didn't do each mushroom at a time, I did each colour. I find that's much quicker. The yellow, by the way, was the dots on the mushrooms, but you really can't see them. Because sorry, just making some piles, getting organised. Yeah, you can't see them because it's too similar, but that's okay. Now this page, I did all of these office bits and pieces. This is quite a tricky one to do in the sense that I didn't know what colour to do, envelopes and things to make them interesting, but I just played around with it, had some fun, as I always do, and that was done in Staedtler pencils. I used different types. I've got the Design Journeys, Soft Touch, Ergosofts and Norris, and I just played around and used different ones really. And I also did this room here. This is obviously the sort of geologist room. I taught my son, who's studying geology. The gems I did all the same colour and put a sparkle pen on top, and the rest of it was done in Ergosofts. I asked my son about it and he said there's no little tiny hammer to get into these, and he said you wouldn't keep them in a bucket, but he was quite impressed with how it would look like. But he said all the crystals are all look like quartz, so yeah, but you know, that's that. But I had fun with it. And then I did the back cover again with the sparkly pens. I've also been working on a page for videos for you. I can't find it. I think it's nearer the front. There we go. This page I finished recording this page now, but I will be doing this page as well for you as well, so we'll get through those. So these are our morning videos. You can have a quick sneaky peek at what might be coming up for you. So it's been fun. So that one I'm working on still, so a work in progress. I'm just trying to find a space, oops, to put this down. I just knocked something on the floor. Desk is messy, out of shot. In shot looks good, out of shot, upside down. This is the Secret Garden 2018 calendar. And this is the April page, as I set myself the goal at the beginning of the year to finish this calendar and to do a page a month. So this was this month's page, and this was done with polychromos mainly. The background was done with soft pastels. I had lots of fun. I think I probably should have used a bit of white gel pen on those moths, but actually I think I decided that I wouldn't, because it might look a little bit odd and there's no shine on the berries. But actually I think I just like the colours, but that flower looks so fluorescent in this light. It's really dark in here, it's raining, it's miserable, and then the lamp is shining very brightly. Now this is Johanna's miniature Enchanted Forest, and it's another book that I am trying to get finished. I'm going to come in a little closer because it's a smaller book. So I've been doing a lot of pages from this, and I will finish this in May, I'm sure. So I'll show you this one first. Now, as I said earlier, I've been trying to use up my gel pens. So this page, I basically did the background in a sort of mix of random pastels. And then I did the trees, so that the tree trunk was in a plain pastel, plain pen. These are Castle Arts, by the way, and then the leaves were done in a similar colour but a shiny pen. Okay, and that's just how I did it, and it's really bright. Nothing like what I would normally do, but I've done this page so many times, I was just trying to find a different way of doing it, and that's how I did it. Now this double I did both. This one I did with Agotapop pencils. It's quite small detail, so I decided to, you know, use a fine pencil. So that was that one. And this one I used this colour cube card. I've done this page quite a lot of times as well. Quite a few of these pages I've done lots of times. So I decided, yeah, to use this colour cube card to help me. And that was what I came up with. I used Arteza Premium pencils. Had to keep sharpening them. It's quite fine detail, but that's that one. Let's come back into the middle. That's this week's planner page. Or last week before, I'm not sure. Anyway, someone said to me the trunk was facing the other way in the planner, and it was. We'll see it in a minute. Anyway, I didn't do that this month. I did this one. This one was done with Giorgione pencils. They're a budget brand that I got sent from Grabi to try out, and I just did them all the same. You know, I don't know why. I just thought they looked better. Now I did this as a sort of double. I did it with polychromos, and obviously, I say obviously, it's a pastel background. So yeah, I sort of matched them. It was quite fun. And this again, a double, but I used this card, and you can see it looks nothing like the card. The card's got a sort of tropical vibe. Let's put it there. And the colours don't, but you see I used the oranges for the flowers and the sort of golds for the mushrooms and things, and the paler yellow down here and in the background, and then the sort of, I took 3 shades of green, not just the one, I took the 3 off the back, and the sort of rusty colour for the other bits, and I was pleased. I really liked this page, and I didn't want to mess it up, and I felt like I didn't. Sometimes, you know, there's a bit of pressure on a page that you really like, and picking a colour cube card was a bit of a risk, but actually I picked the card and then chose the page, so it wasn't quite so risky. Oh, look at that. My husband makes these bookmarks for me. Now this is obviously the dragonfly with a pastel background and some shiny pens. I've got a template with stars on which I used, but the actual dragonfly is coloured with Chromaflow pencils. I think I kept the colouring plain and just tried to make the background look a bit more fun. This is this one. This one, again, a picture I've done so many times because actually Johanna's got a free download of this, so I'd done it a few times before I'd even got my copy of Enchanted Forest. Let me see, Black Widow pencils. Again, with this book you need pencils that you can sharpen to a fine point. That's what I use there. Now here I used just two greens. I used two greens that don't use very much. One was, I'm trying to find it in my book, Pablo. I've got a Pablo pencil in a green, and the other was a Tombow Erosion pencil. I've just noted I've missed a bit there. So one was the sort of base and one was the rest of the colour. So that was those two. Yeah, that bit. Never mind. Another colour cue card, this time for here, look. So I didn't know what to do with this. I always struggle a little bit with this one, knowing what colour to do it. So I grabbed this, and so it's really different. So we've got a sort of autumnal look, which actually goes quite well with that. But the building's in the blue. So and then the pink is just for the cat and the windows a little bit. So that was fun, and that was using where is it? Oh, there it is, very thin pencils. So the Prismacolor, but very thins. Now this double page was interesting. Now you see the background is very textured and messy looking. That is, I used a Kohinoor Magic pencil for that. I found it fascinatingly interesting to use and good fun. I've got a review video coming out of them because I was gifted them, and they are really interesting, really fun. And I've also done a swatch chart of them showing the different colours in each one that you can achieve and things like that. So I also use them for the sky, so it looks a little bit patchy, which I think is more realistic, so that was quite fun. But for the small details, they're the chunky pencils. So for the small details, I used Ergosoft. Bear with me, my phone's ringing. Sorry, that was a call centre. I don't know what they wanted. They hung up when I said I didn't have much time, so I don't know. So possible they may ring back. Anyway, the little details in the picture were done with Ergosoft because, as I say, they were chunky pencils, but it was a really good fun page. I only did it yesterday. Now this one, again, it's a tricky page I find to know how to make it look a little bit different. And so I grabbed I'm just looking, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Giorgione pencils. Not very keen on how it came out, to be honest, but you know, I think the water looks too intense in colour somehow. But anyway, I probably could lighten it with a bit of gel pen or something, but there we go. Right, this one was, I did this duck pond picture. I'm just trying to find, oh, I used Giorgione pencils for this one as well. I was using them a fair bit because they do sharpen to a nice sharp fine point, which is always, you know, as I say, useful for this book. And I just made it quite fun, bit of a sunset or sunrise, not sure which. And yeah, that was good. Now we have another colour cube card for this page. This page I'm always struggle with. I've got no idea how to colour it. I just never know. So I grabbed a card to help me. I'm really not sure about it at all, but you know, it's done now. And I used, let's have a quick look, Black Widow pencils for that one. This one, I used my Brute Funa metallic pencils as a bit of a shine. I just thought the unicorns needed something a bit special, but I didn't really, I only used a very limited colour palette. It was quite fun. Now this double page, I did using Ergosoft. Again, a fine tipped pencil. I have only my Staedtler collection is actually in here a lot for doing that Rooms of Wonder page, so I've been just using my tin of Virgos that I happen to have next door on my desk. So yeah, so that was fun. Just lots of different greens and, you know, different things. Never sure what colour to do a castle. Chose that colour this time. Lastly, this dragon. This was done with the Brute Funa metallic pencils as well. You can see it's got a bit of a shine. I thought dragons need to be shiny. I'm looking forward to actually, I'm going to get some more of these so soon. So I've got the 12 set at the moment, which Grabi sent me to try out, and I'm going to get the 50 set soon, so that's exciting. But that's the last one in there. I've got very few left, so that'll be finished soon. There'll be a completed pages video this month, I should imagine. Oh, something's just fallen over next door. I'm just going to go and investigate. Hold on a minute. Can't see what it was. Right, this is the planner, Johanna Basford's planner, so we can have a look at these months. Now, each month for the planner, each week, I do a video. So if you follow my channel, you will see them on a Monday afternoon, and there might be one or more. There was 3, I think, for this particular page, which was coloured with Arteza Experts and a pastel background. I was really pleased with how this one came out. I don't know, the colour scheme just tied together and it really worked, and the pastels went down really nicely, and I was just really happy, so that was good. Now this one I used Polycolours, which are the Koh-i-Noor pencils. I wasn't sure how well they would really work, but again, I was really pleased. Lovely bright colours, a lot of fun. I just, yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I think that was 3 videos as well. Then this one we had a lot finer detail. So used the Agotapop pencils for this, so it was and a very limited colour scheme, which is something I tend to do for detail pictures. I just find it a lot easier. And then the last one, as I mentioned, this one, Treasure Trunk, is facing the other way. I used Artex pencils for this one. On the miniature book I wouldn't have been able to use them because the picture is too detailed, but this one it's been blown up a little bit, and there's some soft pastels in the background. I've done the next one as well. I'm not going to show you that one. You can see that on the 1st of May on the when I do the video for that, the tutorial. But we are now moving on to Rita Berman. Now this is another book that I want to finish before Johanna Basford's new book comes out, so I've done quite a few from here. This one, to start with, I just did this very small amount on here. It's a very little page, so it wasn't very much. But I used my Chroma Flow pencils for that, the Derwent ones, and I also turned over and used the Chroma Flow again for these little emblems, which was good fun. These are each at the beginning of her individual seasons books. This is her compilation seasons book, and so this is one from each. In her compilation book she doesn't have every picture from her individual ones, but some people say it's the best ones. But you know, I've got flip throughs of them all, so if you're interested you can have a look. Now I think we're just about far enough away for you to see the whole page. So this is our sort of spring bulbs page, which was a lot of fun. And I'm just having a look. Polycolour I used for these, so I was using my Polycolour a fair bit. I like the amount of colour. These I did in white. It's very unlike me to do something in white, but it was fun. There's a bit of blue pastel in the background as well for a little bit of sky. Now this, although not a double page, I did do both of these. This side was done with Black Widow Scorpion pencils, and then this side was done with Giorgione pencils, so very different pencils, but you know, I think they work wellish together. I haven't tried to pair them like they're a double, but you know, that was fun. So there are those two. Oops. And then we skip to the mice. I did the sort of harvest mice page, which with my Artex pencils, and I tried to keep to a limited palette, so we've got a bit of touches of red and blue, and then mainly just quite a bland page really. just to so you can see the mice, because they're quite pale, but I wanted them to, you still notice them amongst everything else. Now it's not Halloween, but I coloured this pumpkin page. This one I think I might have done a video for one of these a long time ago, I can't remember. But I decided that, you know, if I'm finishing this book soon, it's going to be before Halloween, so I might as well just do this page. And I've got another copy of this page in the autumn book, so I can do it as a video if people want it anyway. So I did that with Ergosoft pencils. And then I did this double sort of cold autumnal windy page, which was great fun. I just like doing lots of bold greens. I think it was really good. I just had a lot of fun with it, even though it's quite plain. And that was done with Castle Arts soft touch pencils, so I was playing around with all the different green shades as well. So that was that. So that was all the ones from that book. But I also did one other Rita Berman picture, which was this postcard. I'll hold it up a bit closer so I have to zoom the camera in. I did that with Ergosofts. This is from her Asian postcard set. So that was fun. I just love the elephant. I haven't done the elephant in the main book yet, but it was a lot of fun. Right, now we are starting with Hannah Karlzon's book. So I'm just going to come out a little bit because we probably need a little bit more room. Just push that out of shot, it's distracting. Okay, so Grains of Gold is her compilation book with 11 new drawings that aren't in her other books. And I did this one. This was actually a buddy colour, so I didn't choose it, but it was a lot of fun. And I used, let me have a quick look, Black Widow pencils for this, but the background is done with pastels, and there is some shiny glitter pen in there on the key here and on the dots. I don't know how easy it is to see, usually if I tip it that way. Okay, so there's that one. Then we have Daydreams, and in here I coloured this page. So we have our bugs and our locks, and if I tip it you can see the glitter on the outside of that, and that was coloured using Castle Arts watercolour pencils, but I used them dry, not wet, because I didn't think there was enough space to really wet them, so that was fun. Okay, Midnight Masquerade is our next one. And this was when I did my flip through of the book, because I had it new this month. I coloured this one just using Black Widow pencils. So that was fun. That's the only one I've done in there. Which is Cottage. I'm working through this one in order. So my page for this month was the actual Cottage. So that was a fun one to do. I'm pretty sure, yeah, polychromos for that one. Oops, hit the tripod. City Among the Stars, there's two from here. This one that was done with pastel tint pencils and Castle Arts soft touch for the metallic-y bits. So there's that one. There's a lot of white pen as well in that picture. And then I did this one as well, which was a lot of fun. And I used Artex pencils and lots of pastel. I just love the warmth of it. You know, I just had a lot of fun making a really warm picture. And there is some sparkly gold pen as well. Always tricky to show. There we go. And Forest Kingdom. This book belongs to Paige in here. So mainly soft pastels. The pencil is done with Castle Arts, and the crown has a little sparkle on the outline just to make it stand out a little bit from the wood, because I sort of made the wood the same colour, which was a little bit silly. But hey ho. Right, Seasons. Oh yeah, this one over here. So this one was coloured with Ergosoft pencils, and there is, the background is done with some metallic pens. No, the background is done with soft pastels, but there's some metallic pens on the dots and things, and a little bit of white on the bottles. You may have seen quite a few of these if you've seen my completed Hannah Karlzon video, because I think I'd done quite a few of these before that. So this one is done with, I'm guessing it is done with, yes, Prismacolor, I thought so. But this edge of the circle is done with a metallic pen, just to give it a bit of shine. So that was fun. Look, my pile's getting a bit tall. Magical Dawn. This one here was the one I did this month, that one I did last month. I used Giorgione pencils for this. I just wanted to see how well they went down. Couldn't find something to do a good circle, unfortunately. Might have been better if I'd had, but never mind. It's just what it is. And there are sparkly dots in the background as well. Look. My pile's getting wibbly wobbly. It's like a Jenga game going on over there on the other side of my desk. This was also a new book this month, so I only coloured this one so far, which was the one I did when I did the flip through of the book. And that was done with Polycolour pencils. Oops. Oh, we've got one more Hannah Karlzon, Summer Nights. Now this one I didn't write down in my list, but I'm pretty sure it was this month, not last month. And it's done with, I think, Prismacolor, I think. And the background is soft pastel with some sparkly pen. I'm pretty sure that's this month's and not last month's picture, but I didn't write it down in my book. And also this one. This has been a series that I recorded of one video for each of the mushrooms. So that's that one. That one was done. Those are being coloured in Castle Arts Gold. And we have two last pictures, which are postcards. These are from Seasons postcards. They're actually both from the same page from Seasons, but I didn't realise until after I coloured them. So this one is done with polychromos, they both are, but I've done them with completely different colour schemes, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Right, let's move on to Morgan O'Brien. Now it's springtime, so you thought I might have done a lot from this book, but this is the only one that I've done, and I think this was a video. I'm pretty sure, but I think I've shown you, I think I've made a mistake. And I don't think that, I think I'd done this one a long time ago, but I'm not sure. But this was done with, oh, this was done with Polycolour, and I tested them out. So maybe it was this month, I'm not sure. But that's the only one I wrote down for this month. Let's start a new pile. And this is a book that I finished. I've recorded a flip through. I'm not sure if it's gone out or not yet. But I'll just quickly show you the pictures that I did in here, because they'll be in the flip through. I'll come in a bit closer. And I'll quickly just read out to you what pencils I used. So this was done Arteza Premium, Castle Arts Gold, Polycolour, had fun with that one, Chromaflow, Arteza Expert, Artex, Castle Arts Gel Pens, and Chromaflow again. I'll just move it, there you go. So that was that. So there's a much slower, better explained flip through of the whole completed book that you might be able to look at. I don't know if it's, as I say, I'm not sure when it's coming out. but it won't be long if it isn't out already. This one was also a tutorial, two-part I think, of this cute little lamb that I did for you in Black Widow pencils. So that was fun. There's a bit of pastel in the background there and lots of white pen going on that little lamb. So that was that one. So as I say, there is a video for that one. This one was also partly a video in the sense that I did a tulip and a daffodil in a video to show you for the sort of spring theme, and then I just finished it off myself. I've already shared that completed page on my Facebook, but just in case you haven't seen it, there it is. Then the ink house, I did a video with a few bits of this page which I then completed. Oops. So I did the little chick and a couple of the teapots for sort of, the chick was for a sort of Easter theme, and then a few teapots after, just to show you what I was going to do with them. But that is the completed page. Some of them I haven't coloured in. I haven't done that one, or that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. I've done the rest. Just because they've already got a bit of colouring on them, so I didn't do any more. So that's that one. And they were done with polychromos. I always use polychromos in the ink house. I don't know why. There's no logic or reason. Just gonna straighten up my bookmark pile because it's falling over. Okay, we have a little tiny book. Let's come in a bit closer. There we go. Sorry for the glare of the lamp. Right, this one, oops, I did first. This was done with mixed pencils. I have a few open stock pencils of various brands that I try out from time to time, and this was from those. I think quite a few of them were Posca pencils. I've got a handful of those. And this one done in glitter pen. I realised after that I did that should have been left blank, but it didn't matter really, does it? I was just trying to use up those glitter pens, as I said earlier, and I thought that one came out rather nicely. Okay, let's come back out. Can make you dizzy. In and out, avoiding the okie dokie, in out, in out. Maybe if you're not English you don't get the reference, or if you're young. Okay, so this one was done using this card. Let's put that there so you can have a look at it. I will try and look up what pencils I used. Castle Arts Gold pencils for that one. Oops. This one, it's a bit bright, isn't it? That was the Prisma Neons. I felt like it's about time I tried out the neons. Just see how bright they are. They're quite bright. This was done with the Brute Funa Metallic, and I used a little bit of white gel pen in a few places as well. I was really pleased with how that came out. It's quite shiny. And then this one I just did the other day. Or was it this morning? I can't remember. Anyway, this was done with Ergosoft pencils. I just happened to have them out on my desk, and I had the right colour matches, so that's one. I think that's the last one of those. I've got to do another one of those soon as a buddy colour. Right, this book, this one is very bright. It's done with felt tip pens and gold, a gold pen. Quite fun. It's actually a chrome marker. It's an alcohol marker, so it's see through the other side. Now this one I was using my Castle Arts pens, and there's one called a Swirl which sort of changes colour, so I was using it, but I always find it a bit strange. I started here, it's a nice bright pink, went around. By the time I got to here it looks quite browny colour. Not really sure what I think about those, and I use different ones for the flower centres and things, but yeah, I'm not really taken with those. But there we go. Another mandala book. This is Camellia and Jacova's one. I did 3 in here. This one, the centre circle there is done with an orange alcohol marker, and it's one of the ones that changes colour. So I started off and it's sort of white, and then it went darker and darker, and then I started off in the middle white and got darker as I went round, but it doesn't last very long, the other colour, and it seems to have faded, which is interesting. The rest of it is done in the Staedtler Triplus pens, which again I'm trying to use up. I've had them for such a long time, and I'm just thinking I don't want them to dry out. I was really brave as well. These are all snake based pictures. This is done with glitter, castle art glitter pens, as is this one's done with castle art, a couple of glitter, but the rest are just really bright neons, I think. So that's those three. Now this one is from a book that I was sent, a PDF book to try. So I printed off, I did a flip through for you, and this is the one picture that I coloured from it, and I used mainly polychromos. The white is actually I think I used my luminance pencil, or I might have used my Chinese white, I can't remember, but I used a sort of better white. The polychromos white's okay, but there are better ones, so that's what I did. So that was that one. Now the Flower Year. I'm sorry, the book, I didn't tell you who it was by, I haven't written it down. It'll be in the description, so if you like Wildcats, there's loads of them in the PDF book, and of course once you've bought it you can print it off as many times as you like. This is Leela Dooley's The Flower Year, and I'm doing one a month, and this is the Common Dog Violet, and that was coloured using polychromos pencils. I have another book by her, but it's coming up, I didn't put it next to it. This was another picture I was sent by an artist requesting me if I could colour it and sort of highlight her work. She's called Sue Lynn, and she has got a couple of, maybe one Amazon book for sale. I'm not sure whether there's two or just one. And she mainly does people, but I asked her to send me something that wasn't a person, because I'm not, although I'm getting better at people, it's not my area of speciality. So she sent me this one, which was fun. I think it's polycolour, but I can't be entirely sure. I didn't write it down. So that's that one. Now we have Night Garden. Let's come out a tad. There we go. And I did this one here. This was a lot of fun. This is coloured using Black Widow's pencils. And yeah, I really enjoyed making these blues and greens and making it look really pretty. Such fun. And then this reminded me of these weird wickery chairs that we used to have back in the 80s. And so I sort of coloured it a bit like that. I don't know whether anyone knows what I'm on about, but there we go. There's that one. Then I was in my Colouring Heaven patterns. Whoops. And I did this one again with my gel pens. This one ran out. You can see I had to use a different one to finish it off. I don't find the castle art gel pens are very thin. You get a very liney effect, and the paper crinkles in these books, but that's fair enough. But that's that one. Now here is my other Leela Dooley book. I was sent this one by the publisher to review. I have done a flip through, and while I did my flip through I coloured this one little page here using Staedtler Design Journey Super Soft pencils. It wasn't a good test of the paper because obviously it was on the cover, but the paper is pretty thick and smooth. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. Maybe do that one. I don't know. Anyway, haven't had a chance yet. This book I was also sent. Colour Yeah sent me this one to review, and I've done a flip through, and I've coloured a couple of pages. This again, sorry, the tripod gets in the way. This was done with gel pens. Actually, if I fold it back, it makes more sense. And this one, whoops, was done with Sakura. The last one was Castle Arts. This was done with Sakura gel pens. I showed you in the video when I did the flip through and did the background in the Mungyo pastels. So yeah, there's a flip through and colour of that. Sorry, I'm revealing the next picture. I have done a picture in pencil in this, which is part of a video. It comes out next month, and the pencils went down really well. But I've used their books before. I've got another of their books, used pencils on, and yeah, lovely, really lovely. Now this is a download by Agotapop. She sent me this for free to try out. I did one of these, this one, as a tutorial, and then I just coloured the others. I think that one was last month, might have been this month, I just can't remember. But I did these in polychromos, and what I found quite fascinating was how fluorescent the polychromos look, some of them, when they're on this dark paper. It was really interesting, like this pink. That's like the rose carmine, which to me never looks that bright, but wow, really pops off the paper. So that was a lot of fun. Right, we have a Lulu Mayo. I haven't done much Lulu Mayo lately. It's like I've got so many beautiful books. I'm so lucky, and I will get them all done, I'm sure. Now this one, I know the cats are white. I purposely left them white because I've got a lucky cat, which is next door, which is white. And that Rita Berman sent me, actually, when she sent me a copy of her Asian book. And so I copied that, and so it's sort of red and black and white, so that's what I did. So I had a lot of fun with that one. It was done with Artex pencils, actually, so there we go. And I sort of didn't know what these berries were, I just copied the colour from the blossom. So that was fun. There you go. A couple more left. We have Maria Trolle's Botanicum. Oops, I've done two from here. This one I just finished this morning, which was fun. I'll hold it like that so you can see it better. The main part of the picture is done with Castle Art Soft Touch pencils. The blossoms are done with the pastel tints. I wanted them to be really pale. And then there's some soft pastel in the background with a cloud template. I didn't use the template in all places, it didn't always quite work. And the little bee has got a little bit of shiny pen on his wings. So there we go, so that's fun. Oh, there's another one. I was actually listening to a podcast while I was colouring that, so that was good. This one was done with Derwent pencils, and the bee again has got shiny wings. That one, had fun with that one too. And last but not least, Millie Marotta, another book that I've abandoned for a while, but it's just, you get a new one. This page is absolutely covered in glitter from the opposite page. I'm just gonna, it's not supposed to have any glitter on it at all. Now I looked up this bird. This is a Tui bird, T-U-I, like the holiday company. And it looks similar to this. It's got the brown body and this black and white bit, but this bit looks similar to that, but the head isn't quite so colourful. But I used a bit of artistic license because I just thought it would look pretty. And this is done with Prismacolor. So there we go. I was trying out Prismas because I find Millie's paper tricky at times, to say the least. Prismas went down quite well, but I always think my colouring looks a bit messy on her paper, and I don't know why, but this felt better than when I use other pencils. So hopefully I can practice a bit more with Prismas, and I will colour better. So that's me. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all your support this month. And as I said at the beginning, please subscribe, like, comment, follow my social media channels. It all helps and I really appreciate it. And thank you again for everyone that supported me this month, everyone that's visited my Ko-fi shop, followed me there, especially those that have given donations. That is fabulous and I appreciate it so much. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful month, but please tune in every day for my 2 videos, and yeah, have a wonderful May, and happy colouring.